Hey guys, it's Josh from Grapplezilla, and today I'm lucky to see my friend Shimon train wrestling for MMA. He's a very big upcoming fighter, and in fact, a very good fighter in the States. He was on the Contender Series, and will continue to make his journey to the UFC. And I'm telling you, this guy gets in the UFC, it's going to be a big problem because he can strike with the best of them. His wrestling is great, and the best part, his mentality is awesome. So here we go.
Okay, so this is Shimon. He's working with a very good wrestler named Shai Shotashvili, who he's an Israeli six-time champion, but he learned a lot of his wrestling in Georgia, and he comes from a Georgian family. His style of wrestling is Georgian, etc. Now, the purpose of this training session was to work on, of course, wrestling with a bit of pressure, light wrestling, a lot of light wrestling. They weren't going hard at all. Uh, a lot of counter wrestling, getting in bad situations and how to get out of them, as well as a lot of parterre, which Shimon really finds helps him. And I think most MMA fighters, the use of parterre instead of jiu-jitsu helps you get onto the top position a lot easier. Now, Shimon's also a very good striker, actually an incredible striker, as well as a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, who's competed in Jiu-Jitsu. I believe in the Euros, he took a medal at. I can't believe if it was a no gi or it was the gi. Now here you see Shai. Of course, giving Shimon a little bit of a hard time, but Shimon's got great counter wrestling ability. I mean, he moves very well. His sprawl is very good. And a lot of the time Shai was correcting just little things that Shimon needed in terms of hand grip, of how to give little snaps here and there, when to sprawl, etc. Here, Shimon actually has a great reversal where he goes to a triangle, as you'll see in a couple of seconds. Here, he's trying to get parterre, but eventually he sees the triangles there and he goes there. You see these guys are going very light on each other. There you go. It's the triangle. And there was different sections of training. One was in a ring, one was a little bit more in an open area, etc. Here, Shai got a good nice underhook there, but Shimon was able to get out of it. As you see, Shimon's a very, very big guy, big legs, very strong, athletic, and actually very technical too, very smart fighter. A lot of hand fighting, just getting used to the aggression from it. Here Shimon gets the back, in which he would attack with a lot of strikes. Shimon goes for arm drag, doesn't get it, but Shai shoots. Shimon goes to get the bag, and now here they're in a position of a scramble, getting up. They're working a lot of scrambling ability, which is very good for MMA as well as any type of grappling. And going into certain types of quarter positions, etc., where Shimon could, of course, get his striking off. Shimon has really good level change, which I found, which was very interesting, because actually he's not first and foremost a wrestler. He's actually a striker, a jiu-jitero, and he wrestles. I believe he wrestles out of Team Couture in Las Vegas, and you couldn't pick a better place to learn wrestling anyways, especially for MMA. There were different rounds, etc., that they worked. Here they were working a lot more on parterre and reversing back into good positions through scrambling and, for example, technical mastery of his parterre. Here he goes great. That move is an amazing move for MMA. Here Shimon's working on how to get off the double, get the opponent onto the back, of course, very beneficial for MMA. Once again, Shimon has been practicing a certain set of moves, actually some very, very good moves. And if he can pull them on Shai here, he can pull them on most guys, because Shai has definitely got high-level wrestling. Here, this is a very famous Soviet method to get someone on the back. I believe also in folk style they have it as well. I wouldn't doubt that they have it. Shimon was very good. I mean, his scrambling ability and counter wrestling, very good, very explosive, and he's got amazing cardio. I was quite surprised, Here, more of a technical analysis. Shimon is just smoothly going over the technique over and over, and Shai is giving him some pointers on stuff that he would do, which generally, actually, Shimon was doing it pretty perfectly every time. And I do believe that he could easily do this within an MMA fight without any hesitation. They worked a lot of reverse clinch, like belly to back clinch, also going to the wall, which was good. Shimon actually has some great takedowns from there, as you see. Here they're going a little bit harder, not the hardest at all. It was actually very, very fun atmosphere between the two, keeping it friendly, but not keeping it friendly. And I'm not being rude, but in a jiu-jitsu way. It was keeping friendly, but still aggressive and still with pressure. Here's Shimon with a nice little move. I like that one. And then here, this is basically how they started up the workout. Just working out basic, in Russian, you would say robota, like work. So just working one takedown for one guy does one takedown, one guy does another. And what happens is it's good for both sides. So if the guy is doing a takedown on you, it's good that you understand how his body positions itself and which directions it goes and which grips he uses. As well as when you do it, of course, you're practicing offensively. Um, you see here, Shimon's looking for the right thing. He gets a very nice ankle pick there. He's looking for the right. You can see he's starting to wrestle very well because he's looking to where the opponent places his feet. You can see. Very, very nice Polish throw here. Actually, he nailed a couple of them. They're very good. Great inside trip. The first one's a little bit there. Shai gave him some pointers, and boom, all of a sudden, you see Shimon's getting him down. So Shimon, not only is he a great fighter, and I'm sure in the future be a great instructor, but he's also a good student. And what does that mean? He's got an open mind, and he's there to improve every single day. Very flexible. Shai is definitely not a weakling. So every time Shai, they went hard, it was definitely there. But once again, I would say they're going about 20-30% the whole time. The whole practice was around an hour and a half, 2 hours, if I remember correctly. And here, just, Shai changing off the angles, getting Shimon to get used to how to get a takedown. Of course, he's been taken down a lot of times, and he's taken down people. Here he's going for a type of donkey kick, going into the cross-side ankle pick there. But interesting, in MMA, I don't know if I would do that, but Shimon's a much better MMA fighter than me, in fact, exponentially so. I'm sure that he has the right game plan for that, Um, Here we go. Shimon always had with a great level change, once again with the Polish throw, one of my favorite throws of all time. And yeah, Shai going with the inside tie to snap down to take the back. Shimon's getting used to that. And now, I don't know if I got on the video, but they would go and scramble and see how to get out of it. Here's a very nice defense against a single leg. In all styles of wrestling, they have it, but it's really dominant inside the Soviet style of wrestling. And Shimon would fight off of it in some quite nice little scissor takedown, which is quite dangerous. But these guys are professionals, so it's not an issue. Actually, Shimon did it very well, considering his leg was very high. So usually it's a little bit from a lower position, but he did it extremely well there. And here you go. Shimon's just working it off. Keep on working, keep on moving, never being static. Here they were going a little bit harder. Shaga Shimon, but Shimon once again reversed into it really well. With a little audience of the future MMA kids watching. Here's Shimon with a nice takedown, getting to side once again, always looking for that striking position. Shimon does have the submission game in order to add on top of it, but he's really working with to improve his wrestling to get on top game and be in good position for strikes. Although I will say he's got some great submissions as well. So and he knows how to get out of them. So the guy is definitely going to be a very hard fight for anyone going after him. Here off the wall once again, just working on the gripping and where to put the proper weight placement, as friends and training partners should. Here we go. Once again, we went into physical training at the very end, just basic lunges with people on top of them. I don't know how these guys even did. I think this was Shimon's second training of the day. And, it was already an hour 40. I think we were watching them wrestle, etc. And of course, wheelbarrow push-ups with jumping, very good for wrestling. Gets a explosive power. Also for striking, I believe it's very good. And in all types of combat sports. This one I loved, basically lifting guys from side to side in order to control them. Very, very, it's a very common thing you see in Greco-Roman wrestling. It's a little bit done better. And of course, here the shoot to lift up the opponent. You'll see that Shai did it more with a Greco shoot where he did not go to the knees. And Shimon would go sometimes to the knees, sometimes he would go with a type of Greco double leg takedown. although in Greco, of course, it's called a high dive and they don't grab the legs. But that said, you get what I'm saying. So, um, yeah, I was very impressed by Shimon and Shai, and I have to say, the best thing I noticed about them isn't just their physical abilities; it's the fact that they got great mentalities. And we go with, of course, sprawl and shoot, and yeah, this is basically how it went during the day, and I really enjoyed my time with these guys and good friends.
Here I am.
Gamorjoba.
Gamma. Here I am with my boy Shimon and Shai, my other boy. I just was very privileged to see them train a light wrestling session because Shimon, they're going light today. And I gotta tell you, amazing counter wrestling, amazing attitude, not afraid to make mistakes and work on it, not many mistakes at all. And I gotta tell you, if you think this wrestling was good, wait till you see the guys striking. Scary serial killer. And also the best part, as nice as he is outside the ring, he is the Terminator in the ring in terms of mentality. So, thank you very much, boys, and have a great day.